Hey, jury family. Happy 2023. I miss you guys so much while I was on vacation. I miss y'all so much. Hey, jury family. Welcome to court. Welcome to court. Get on in here. We have updates on the Shanquella Robinson case. I miss you all. Court is about to be in session, so come on in. Guys, give me 1 second to grab my tea because y'all know it ain't right if I don't have my coffee mug. Let me get my tea, but I'll be right back, jury family. Happy New Year. Get in here, jury family. Get in here. So we have a lot to cover. Let me grab my tea and I will be right back. Hey, jury family, welcome. Welcome to court. So, guys, it's no secret that we're still waiting for justice for Shanquella. She passed away, well, she was deleted on October 29th in Cabo, Mexico. And we currently do not have any justice. We only have one warrant out of the 6 suspects that the public is demanding for an arrest. So this is time to put a little bit of pressure. And I know we have to be politically correct and keep it cute, but that's just not my style. So out the gate, because you guys know I don't do a long build-up, Governor Roy Cooper is being declared derelict in his duties by Kourt Chronicles. He has had a very lackluster and feeble response to Shanquella. We're going to look at that. Also, DelaRosa has been active on Twitter. So we will be tweeting him during jury duty today about Shanquella's case, since he was on Twitter last I checked about 2 hours ago. And give me 1 second, guys, because the chat is, let me make sure I'm not seeing the comments, and I got to see the jury family comments. Hey, jury family, I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. The chat, for some reason, wasn't showing the comments. So let me see if I can refresh. Yeah, they're not showing the comments. So happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to jury duty. Welcome to jury duty, y'all. Kourt Chronicles. And guys, for some reason, I can't see the comments on the screen, so I'm not ignoring them because you know I usually pin the comments. I usually pin them up for jury duty. Oh wait, I think some are coming in slowly. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Y'all, happy 2023. Before we dive in with Shanquella, I hope everyone had a great holiday. If you do celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or any of the holidays that are relegated on the U.S. American calendar for the month of December, hope you had a great year. And if you celebrate New Year, December 31st, January 1, happy New Year or happy end of the calendar year for you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to court. It's been a while. I miss y'all, jury family. I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. I'm wishing everyone at the onset of the year a year filled with blessings, a year filled with abundance, a year that is easy, a year that is stress-free, a year that is honest, a year of illumination where God reveals anything that needs to be revealed to you, a year where it's blessings on blessings, blessings that you cannot earn, blessings that you did not work for, but just the blessings from God. That's my wish for all of you all, jury family, for 2023. Just the purest blessings, blessings so big that you know it only came from one person, that big, where it's inexplicable. That's my wish for all of you all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So let's dive in with the Shanquella Robinson case and where we are now. So, jury family, we have Governor Roy Cooper, who put out a very feeble and weak statement about Shanquella Robinson. And the statement was only about 1 minute. It was literally very indifferent. And the statement made it sound as if he did not have any power. So y'all get those likes up for the new year. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for the day one jury members. Y'all been running me up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am beyond grateful. Thank y'all. So y'all, please, has anyone sat the juries? Because I want to go ahead and play the clip from Governor Roy so we can analyze his statement and do a Court Chronicles assessment about whether his statement was sufficient, and also what we're going to do as a collective to take action beyond social media to really galvanize some action from officials in this case. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. And we're going to, and once anyone in the jury seats the jury, we will go ahead and look at his statement. Where is everyone checking in from? I'm back in LA. Whoop, whoop. I feel like I'm being all around the world and back, but I'm back in LA, checking in 7:53 from Los Angeles, California for jury duty, the first session of 2023. So excited to definitely take some action and take it a bit further. ATL in the building. ATO in the building. We got North Carolina in the building. Shout out to North Carolina. ATL, shouty. ATL, shouty. The red lipstick hustler coming through for Kourt. Welcome to jury duty. Maryland in the building. NYC. Uh-oh, we got up north. I hope y'all staying warm in Maryland, and NYC has been cold. And over in California, if the internet goes out, bear with me because it was a storm in Cali. It just in LA, we've been getting a lot of rain and the power has been glitching on and off today. So I don't know if it's just because of all the rain. Chrissy in Southern California. Cali, going back to Cali. I almost said happy Monday. Happy first jury duty session of 2023. We got the Mid-City checking in. Thank you, Glamping Day. Thank you so much. Charlotte checking in, the Queen City. Oh, yeah. And you know, I'm a Carolina girl, South Carolina. Born and bred, so you know. NYC in the building. We got Melly Mel. Hey, Mel. Hey, what you do for the holiday? How y'all doing? Welcome, jury family. We got Miami Lakes, Florida. Ooh, Jackie, that sounds fancy. Miami Lakes sound fancy, like a pool and a lake and everything. We got Jackie at Miami Lakes. We got Philly in the building. So we have literally people all over the United States checking in for court, specifically for the Shanquella Robinson case. Spartanburg, South Carolina in the building. SC, Spartanburg has some of the best boiled peanuts you will ever have in your life. They are the absolute best. So we have everyone tapping in for jury duty. Welcome, y'all. Please get your wine, get your rolling tray, get your tea, get your water. We are going to take our time, since it's been a while, to really unpack this case. And also, a jury member asked me a question in the comments, Dino, about harboring fugitives. So I pulled the law on that so that we can look at the law for what will be the criminal punishment or sanction if the prosecutors wanted to pursue that for harboring or hiding any fugitive. Hey, Bright Minds, welcome to court, first session of 2023. Hey, sis. don't get it, Candace. That was me from South Carolina, lived in ATL. Now I'm in LA for now. So welcome everyone. Welcome. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Thank you all so much for coming through. Moderators, thank you all so much for diving in. Y'all, we are going to unpack the governor's statement. So give me 1 second. Let's get his statement up on the board. And it's very short. It's not a lengthy statement, thankfully, but it's not impactful either. And give me 1 second, because YouTube gets strict. They try to copyright the news, guys. I have to battle with them. Okay, jury family, let me know if you could hear it. I'm about to hit play. Can you hit a 1 in the chat if you could hear, and a 2 if you cannot?
Shanquella Robinson's family is in his thoughts. He spoke to Channel 9's government reporter Joe Bruno about her case, saying he's hopeful the FBI will get to the bottom of this mysterious death and find out what really happened.
Not knowing really what happened to your loved one, that has to be a cause of great concern. And I hope that federal officials and the FBI can work with the Mexican government to find out what happened to her.
Shanquella died while on vacation with friends in Mexico in late October. Investigators there say an arrest warrant has been issued in the case, but no suspect was named and no arrests have yet been made.
So guys, we need to go back, and I let it play, but I want to play it and dissect his statements and just kind of do an analysis of it, because he says something that I find very problematic, very weak and feeble. So let's go back and unpack it. And shout out to the jury member who did the fair use, Glamping. Thank you, Glamping. Shout out to Glamping for the fair use tag. I appreciate you guys.
Governor Roy Cooper says Shanquella Robinson's family is in his thoughts. He spoke to Channel 9's governor.
So first of all, jury family, we didn't even get any prayers. He just said in his thoughts. Let's just start there. So out the gate, it is almost abnormal to say someone's in your thoughts. The common colloquial saying is thoughts and prayers. It kind of just rolls off your tongue, even if someone isn't religious. It's just a common statement. So for him to stop short of a prayer and just says in thoughts, she's in my thoughts, it seems like an intentional indifference. I mean, honestly, you're in my thoughts. I'm thinking about you. Well, sir, can you let me know if those are positive or negative thoughts? Because we don't know. Given the history of this country, we always need clarification. So just the thoughts is annoying. So Governor Roy Cooper obviously has an issue with thoughts and prayers.
Government reporter Joe Bruno about her case, saying he's hopeful the FBI will get to the bottom of this mysterious death.
Now, jury family, let's unpack this. Governor Roy humiliates the most powerful organization in America by saying he's hopeful that they will get to the bottom of it. Now, when in the history of the FBI have we ever heard such a feeble announcement for any type of investigative analysis or investigative undertaking by the FBI? Mere hope. Usually it's we're vigilant. We are investigating this. We are going to get to the bottom of this. No stone will be unturned. So we don't have any prayers. We got some raggedy thoughts from Roy, and they only hope the FBI will figure something out. Now, why is it that the FBI touts themselves as number one, but all of a sudden when it comes to Shanquella, they can only hope to figure it out when it is captured in the 4K on a video? And there are a string of documents, circumstantial, that allows one to understand the mechanism of injury, understand that this was some type of aggravated assault. We see the motive, we see the means, we see the action. So I don't understand how the FBI can only be hopeful, of trying to figure it out. So why does the FBI get so weak and feeble when they're investigating this? But if a Black person is jaywalking in Beverly Hills, the FBI has choppers, drones, and NASA trying to figure out what happened.
And find out what really happened.
not knowing really what happened.
Objection. See how we starting out this year? Objection. How can he even lead with not knowing? First of all, sir, you're a governor. Please do not start any sentences with a negation. It is just poor syntax and improper grammar. Not knowing. And is that a double negative? Not know and a double negative. So we have 3 grammatical infractions with this shoddy attempt for him to dissuade people to be interested in this case. So the governor is the only person in America that does not know what happened to Shanquella in Cabo, Mexico, despite there have been thousands of videos floating around social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all technological apparatuses. And it has been trending for about 6.5 weeks. So Governor Roy Cooper, I'm not sure how he's not derelict in his duties, that he appears to be the only man on the face of the continental US that does not know what happened.
To your loved one, that has to be a cause of great concern. And
what is the lack of empathy? That has to be a cause for great concern. Sir, we are talking about a woman who was brutalized while in the nude, aggravated assault, ambushed, tampered with the evidence scene, parents scammed and schemed, lied to officials, the people who were the culprits of this. And you're like, that's cause for concern. No, we're beyond concern. We're frustrated. Her family is saddened. They're in deep grief. And the public is getting annoyed, sir. How much does the governor of North Carolina make? How much are the taxpaying citizens paying this feeble, weak, male excuse of leadership to sit here and tell the public he doesn't know what happened when there are thousands of videos deconstructing what happened, and also that he only has thoughts about it but no prayers? Please, ladies and gentlemen, in the jury, please cast a vote. If you think it was a bit shady for him to just say thoughts, hit 777 in the chat. If you think it was just the way he was speaking, just giving a interview objectively, hit 999. Let's do a vote, because that thoughts annoy me. Because I feel like that's an app. You have to almost train yourself to say thoughts and not say thoughts and prayers. We see you, Roy. And see, Roy don't understand Kourt Chronicles, because see, Roy, I've already pulled your tea. So this first video is a warning, because I'm seeing all the areas where you're deficient and derelict, and I can make some assumptions why you've been preoccupied with other endeavors that you couldn't know what was going on. So you might need to try to call up the boys over at the FBI and all the alphabet soup gang to figure it out, because we are not going to let up. Let's apply the pressure.
I hope that federal officials and the FBI can work with the Mexican government to find out what happened to.
Why is he still confused? And why is he back at the hope? Now, why does he hope that the U.S. officials can work? Generally, when there are cross-jurisdictional situations dealing with criminality or any type of legality, the statement that we all hear is like a textbook is, we are going to do everything we can to assist the authorities in their investigation. It's almost like a script. We all know it. So he's back at a thought and a hope, and the parents are only concerned that the daughter passed, and he hopes that officials will help. Sir, you are the governor. You are emboldened and constitutionally empowered under the North Carolina Constitution to make sure they cooperate. So why is he so passive and weak and hopeful? I am confused. And why does he not know? And look, he got me using double negatives, y'all. Why does he not know what happened? Why is Governor Roy Cooper acting like Slow Joe? He doesn't know what happened despite thousands of videos dissected, slowed down every angle possible, all types of digital social media investigators, CNN, Washington Post, Rolling Stones, The Independent, the UK News, Global News, BBC, and Telemundo has covered this, and Roy does not know what happened. This case is taking forever because Governor Roy Cooper does not know what happened. So Governor Cooper is just totally unaware. And in my opinion, it is his attempt to trivialize this case because mainstream media refused to give genuine interest into it. It was social media content creators and social media activists and citizens that continued to push to force them to pay attention to it. But America has to realize we don't need your permission as Black women to be relevant, America. We're kind of the shit. We don't need America's permission for people to care about us because us Black women care about each other. We don't need America's permission to say whether a Black life of a woman is important. We've already made that declaration, Roy the Toy. That's his name, y'all, Roy the Toy, because he up in there playing with toys in the governor's mansion instead of legitimately using an exercise of his authority and power as governor to ensure that the investigative research is being done swiftly and, as T.I. likes to say all the time, expeditiously.
Shanquella died while on vacation with friends in Mexico in late October. Investigators there say an arrest warrant has been issued in the case, but no suspect was named and no arrests have yet been made.
So, guys, jury family, based on Roy the Toy's statement, I want you guys to vote. If you think Roy the Toy is doing a good job and he's just simply doing the best he can do, is out of his hands. He's doing the most he can. We're gonna have to do another vote. Let's see because we did the 1 and the 7 and the 9. Let's do 3-3-3 if Roy the Toy is doing a good job. 9-9-9 if Roy the Toy is toying around with this case. Let's see. Now, Roy the Toy, the jury is casting the vote. At this point, I saw someone asked about the journalist. I don't know. I haven't given him much attention after it came out that he lied to content creators. Jury family, I wanted to make sure everything, okay, my Wi-Fi, I thought it went for a second. I just wanted to make sure I still was here. Roy the Toy is not doing anything. And in his statement, Roy the Toy is not even giving prayer. He said he has thoughts. Shanquella's case is in my thoughts, not prayers, just thoughts. And he said he hoped that the FBI can do something. Now, Roy the Toy is down in North Carolina doing everything under the sun except being aware of trending topics as a governor. Sir, you are derelict in your duties, and when you are a toy on the job, that is an F. You don't get to put your head in the sand, Roy the Toy, and sit here and pretend and trivialize this case because he's trying to carry the narrative it's not that big of a deal, and it's kind of like something simple. But he is really been dismissive, and we have to remember Shanquella is not only a citizen of North Carolina, she attended college in North Carolina, her family lives in North Carolina, and Shanquella was an entrepreneur in North Carolina, contributing to the tax system in North Carolina. So as a citizen and a constituent of Roy the Toy, Shanquella is entitled to the governor to act. Someone said no prayers because he's dead on the inside. Well, Roy the Toy, we're going to wake you up. We are going to wake Roy the Toy up. So with Roy the Toy and his hopes and no prayers, we need to really take action. And I am asking people to contact Roy the Toy. His information is on the governor's website. But also, y'all know Kourt Chronicles, y'all know I pulled it too. And I think letters are most impactful. So I'm asking everyone to write a letter to Roy the Toy because he's playing around. So I'm asking people to call or write a letter. I'm going to write a letter every day if need be. I'm putting up Roy the Toy's phone number, and this is on the North Carolina's, excuse me, governor's website. This is public information. This is the contact information provided for citizens. I'm not doxing you, Roy the Toy, okay? But it wouldn't matter. It ain't like you answer your phone or emails anyway, sir. So this is Roy the Toy's contact information. And I am going to call tomorrow and I am going to send my letter and just try to get answers about how the timeline is moving. And I'm encouraging the jury family to put in your calls on behalf of Shanquella. Because ladies, y'all know how it is with Black women. We have to protest for women. When it comes to protesting, no shade, but everyone goes out for men. But when it comes to crimes against women, the public can be a little feeble in their response. Hence, we got Roy the Toy, who had no idea this was happening, didn't understand the severity, and he only hopes that something may happen. So Roy the Toy needs to be contacted, and we need answers. And when you call, guys, be firm, be polite, but firm. Be polite but firm. And often, if you're calling from other states, I will warn you, in the South, they can be a little nasty and very condescending when you are calling and trying to engage with them about issues that are happening in the social climate of the world. But in response to the condescension and in response to often backdoor Southern ignorance that is unwarranted and so passe sachet, please do not let them ruffle your feathers tomorrow when you call. Stay calm, you stay cool, but we will call, we will be respectful, but we will be firm. Because y'all know Kourt Chronicles, I say it with my chest. I am not going to cower, and I ain't getting on that phone, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. That ain't my tone. That's not my energy. It's when will we get some answers? Oh, we can't answer that. Well, tell me what you can answer. And guys, you stay on them. And we are going to initiate this call post and try to call them all next week, give them calls tomorrow, and maybe let Roy the Toy know what's going on because he doesn't even know what's happening on the case. Roy the Toy is just totally lost in the sauce. He don't even know that it's time to pray. Roy said that he's not knowing and said it 2 times a double negative. Well, 2 negatives in any mathematical equation actually equals a positive, Roy the Toy. So we have someone who doesn't really have a strong handle on the English language, and we have someone that doesn't have a strong handle on emoting a modicum degree of empathy when dealing with a Black woman in a Black family. We have someone who is refusing to even be aware that this is the case. So Roy the Toy is derelict in his duties. I guess, Christmas did just pass, and I'm assuming he celebrates. So maybe Roy the Toy was playing with his toys instead of working on the case. But we don't understand because Roy the Toy got all this energy. What is Roy the Look, and y'all know I don't do politics. I think they're all the same. But I think he had a lot of energy when he was touting, and espousing who he supports politically. Give that same energy for one of your constituents, Roy the Toy, your tax-paying constituents, your business owners. Because it's unacceptable for a sitting governor nearly 60 days after a gruesome death to sit there and say that he does not know what happened despite thousands of video evidence. Despite the Rolling Stones, New York Times, The Independent, the UK News, BBC's Telemundo, and the international news covering it, Roy the Toy was unaware. Now, I'm not even sure how you could possibly maintain any modicum of human existence or telecommunications apparatus without being aware of this, Roy the Toy, but you're late. This is trending tea. So Roy, we gonna call you, and I hope your little receptionist ain't nasty. So you tell them in advance they better watch their tone with Court Chronicles, because I don't let a man and I don't let any other type of person talk to me disrespectfully. And I'm allergic to ignorance. That Southern ignorance, I'm from South Carolina. I know how you do. I'm very allergic to it. So Roy the Toy, you better get your team ready, because we're going to call you to see if you're playing with your Christmas toys or if you are moving the investigative process forward on this case. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who will be joining in the Court Chronicles call-a-thon to Roy the Toy tomorrow for Friday? Because, you know, it's the first Friday of the new year. He probably at the governor's mansion playing with his toys under the Christmas tree. Y'all know how they do. Just he got that cushy job, got that pension. He do his little press conference and say, I'm done. Roy, you still got work, Playboy. Now, once you get back on your job, you'll be Governor Cooper. But until you toying around, I don't put no respect on a man's name that's not being a man. And you're not being a man by being a faux leader. The title of leader, but not leading. Roy the Toy got to get on it. We definitely need more action. And the family rightfully is exhausted. The family is rightfully exhausted. And, you know, with the family, in addition to the anger, the betrayal, is the emotion, like the genuine, like, grief. So that's why we really, really have to stay on top of Roy the Toy to make sure he does what he needs to do for the sake of Shanquella. For the sake of Shanquella. And guys, jury member Dino, let me try to find his comment. He asked about harboring fugitives. And I pulled the law. Jury member Dino, I pulled the law. And just a little picture of Roy bumbling and fumbling on the investigation. Look at him. He doesn't even look tough and firm. He looks weak and feeble, like he's been playing with those Christmas toys. So jury member Dino, y'all, said that, hello, can you answer a question for me and maybe all of us? Is there anything that will happen to the people that are hiding the fugitives? From what I understand, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit blurry on my end, that it was a crime to harbor criminals or wanted individuals. Absolutely, it is a crime, Dino, to harbor fugitives. Absolutely, you are 100% on the money. And in North Carolina, it's actually a felony, but it is up to Roy the Toy and a la carte leaders, FBI prosecutors, to actually effectuate the law. But hold on, because y'all know when we learn the law, I like to put it up on the board too, in case you're in that state, so we all could just, you know, learn together. Court Chronicles, learning together. So under the North Carolina's law, code section 14-249, harboring or aiding certain persons, it shall be unlawful for any person knowing or having reasonable cause. See, Roy the Toy, all you need is reasonable cause. That's not a lot. To believe that any person has escaped from prison, jail, reformatory, or from the criminal insane department of any state hospital, or from the custody of any peace officer who had such person in charge, or, y'all, this is what reading the law is like, or that such person is a convict or a prisoner whose parole has been revoked. And notice with all these categories, we haven't really hit a category that the Cabo 6 fall in under North Carolina law. So let me keep reading so we can see if they fit into the paradigm in the legislative statute for harboring and aiding fugitives in North Carolina. See where I was. Okay, so, or that such person is a fugitive from justice, there it is, there we go, from justice, or is otherwise the subject of an outstanding warrant for arrest or order of arrest, and that would be the Mexico warrant, to conceal, hide, harbor, feed, or clothe. So jury member Dino and the rest of the jury family not only is harboring a fugitive, felonious, and criminal in the state of North Carolina, even giving them clothes and food is criminal. So the question becomes, are the places of employment where these people work also participatory in harboring a fugitive by the way it's defined under this law? Because it doesn't say the person has to spend the night in your house. Basically, aiding and abetting that person to sustain themselves while they're hiding is enough for the prosecution to bring forth, criminal charges. But Roy the toy is still playing under the Christmas tree. So I had to put the law on the board because somehow they get real slow with legalities for Black women. They can't research as fast. So we have to do it for them, jury member. So hopefully the governor and North Carolina officials will see this. And Dino, excellent question. Y'all, thank y'all so much for all the questions. I'll try to respond. If it's any more on a law, I'll be trying to go through and respond. I definitely will. So in this case, North Carolina has a heightened standard for harboring a fugitive. And I'm gonna go back to it. It is, illegal to conceal or hide. And it's interesting because in law, every word has a meaning. So as an attorney, when they say conceal and hide, I say, well, those words naturally in my mind mean the same thing. So what is the distinction? And I think concealing and hiding is just a matter of degree. So they're saying even if it's just slightly trying to cover them, duck down in a car, it's a spectrum. All of that is encapsulated in harboring a fugitive. And I didn't know this until reading this, that feeding and clothing. So my question as an attorney, if Malik is washing his dirty drawers over at Dejanay's mama house, is that helping with the clothing under North Carolina's law? Would that fall within the parameters of criminal prosecution? So, and y'all, look, North Carolina seals the deal on this. And they say, or offer, and I'm at the second paragraph, or offer any aid and comfort to any other person in violation of this section shall be guilty of a felony. So not only if it's hiding, concealing, but also if you feed and clothe the Cabo Six and they have a warrant under North Carolina's law, you too, Mama Bear, Nazir's mom, can be charged with a felony if DelaRosa slings out the subpoenas, slings out the warrants for the remainder of the Cabo Six. So it looks like the case continues to mount because now with the harboring, now you have not only Dejanay's family, but if DelaRosa rolls out the warrants, that will be 6 different sets of friends, families, and will it be any culpability for jobs? If you know someone has an active criminal warrant and then you let them roll up to work and collect a check, are you playing a role in it? So at this point, the charges continue to mount, but on the side of the officials, North Carolina is basically a bumbling and fumbling embarrassment for the United States of America because they came out strong with how we're going to work with the FBI and we're going to do our own investigation. And then Roy the toy got up there and was hemming and hawing, talking about how he didn't even know that this case was serious and he hasn't even reached the point of prayer. That brother man say he just got to think about it. He said, prayer? I got to think about that. So Raggedy Roy the toy cannot even extend prayers to the family. So at this point, Cabo 6 is still on the loose, no arrest, and now we have the gateway and the possibility for prosecutors in the United States of America to look at charges for harboring a fugitive for that one warrant that's out, and if the other 5 warrants are brought out and they continue to hide the people. Jury member Chrissy said that Alyssa is working as a CNA, taking care of elderly people. And I commend her for her, job taking care of elderly people. But also, I would commend Roy the Toy if he went to that place and applied those platinum bracelets that we like to call handcuffs to her. Because I don't have any sympathy even for Elise, because no one was the good Samaritan. No one told the truth to the medical officials. No one told the parents the truth. Everyone participated in trying to, scam $5,000-$10,000 out of Shanquella's parents during the time of their tragedy. So a lot of people were trying to say Elise was somewhat innocent, but no one did anything that would demonstrate that they actually cared about Shanquella subsequent to the attack, the ambush. So I have no sympathy for any of them. So at least I think it's commendable that she has a job and she takes care of elderly. But I think it will be even more commendable for Roy the Toy to go and make sure she's arrested too. At least get your coins because you're gonna need a lawyer. I'm hoping that you're detained too. And I'm saying that with my chest. So at this point, guys, with this particular case, we are now waiting for the report from the FBI. But they keep saying that they don't have any answers. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like throughout the course of my life, the FBI is something that gives us false security, because once we hear FBI, we all kind of forget about it. And they never really come out with reports. I'm a nerd, so I often wait for reports, and they never really produce it. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. What are they doing? And Chrissy said that they won't fire Elise because she hasn't been criminally arrested. But at any job, you don't have to be criminally arrested, but say you go viral for being like a Karen, you will be fired. If you go, if you're in public doing something unbecoming. Most jobs and companies have the right to take a stand and say that you behave or you align yourself with something that is incongruent with the moral compass and image and brand of the company, i.e., your ass is fired. So she got to pack it up. They won't fire her because they don't care. Because if this was 6 Black people who deleted a white woman, she would not have a job. Please understand. She wouldn't. This type of indifference from the mainstream media is appalling. But they'll rather waste time telling us about the Christmas ornaments on the tree in Washington, D.C., as if we care what Slow Joe doing. Kamala and Joe ain't doing nothing but flapping their chops. Nothing. And look, I'm not into politics, but I'm sorry. It bothers me sometimes when, we have career prosecutors, like people who make the worst legislation that become in power. It's very interesting. But I won't even get into it. But even with our derelict leaders, not only have they been derelict in the investigative process, they've been derelict in even a compassionate response. And the mainstream media has somewhat tried to gaslight content creators with them, saying, don't fall for fake news and only listen to us, but they are not providing any information that will warrant us paying attention to them. Like here, the mainstream media, everything I read, they parakeet. And it makes my head hurt because when we read, you read the articles and you're like, wait, I'm reading the same thing over and over again. None of these guys have any originality. So I like to do the research. So I'm throwing shade on all the mainstream media. Like, they have to wait until Illuminati tells them, Associated Press / Illuminati tells them what they can't print. And you notice all the mainstream companies print the same thing. Like, but the issue is when we're not getting enough information, we have conflicting reports like this that came out. And Yahoo News is, I guess, what we would call mainstream. Let's call them out too, because they never retracted. And that's the arrogance and cockiness of mainstream media. So Yahoo News was the one that got everyone really running, saying that Desjanée Jackson was detained. That's what they reported, and people trust Yahoo as a reputable little cultural, what do they call the short articles? I forgot what they call it in journalism, the short articles. But people viewed them as reputable, and they were wrong. And in their arrogance and indifference to Shanquella, they never course corrected. And then WCNC had to come in North Carolina and correct it. And someone said Mexico is concerned about their tourism money and nothing else. Well, my thing is, you know what? Jury member start time. I'm okay if they're concerned or focused on their tourism money, if that's the means to the ends to get justice for Shanquella, even though it's shallow and that's a very demeaning way to trivialize someone who lost their life. But it's like Mexico, DelaRosa is not acting like he's afraid of tourism. But we have to speak with our money and our actions to show them that this isn't okay. Because if they did this, what happened to women in abusive relationships and they husband want to take them over to Mexico, wink, wink. And we got the villas already back up for rent. No, Desjanée was not detained. She was not. I understand that was circulating, but she was not detained. So we're still waiting on that detention. I've been checking the Interpol website. I still don't see Desjanée's warrant registered with Mexico. It still has not been posted. Oh, excuse me, my lips feel dry. Let me put some gloss on them. So at the moment, Desjanée has not, been detained. No arrests have been made, and there's only one pending arrest warrant active. So, and I checked Interpol's website, and there's been no action. So, guys, DelaRosa is active on Twitter. So let's go over to the Twitterverse and take you guys over there so we can look at that and look at his activity, and also make sure we tweet him to let him know, DelaRosa, we kind of need you to get with Roy the Toy and get some action going.
Una orden de aprehensión por el delito de feminicidio.
And guys, I'm going to share with you guys DelaRosa's statement just because it's been a while, and I'm going to just have all the recap of the receipts. And I will timestamp. I will. Yes, yes, yes. I promise. Okay, so let's check out DelaRosa's statement.
Aprehensión por el delito de feminicidio en agravio de la americana. Y bueno, el agresor también es ciudadana americana. Ahí, pues prácticamente el caso está resuelto. Estamos haciendo los trámites legales pertinentes de la solicitud de extradición de esta persona. Ya serán las autoridades norteamericanas las que tengan la encomienda y la facultad legal de cumplimentarlo. Y también estaremos auditándolo. Ya se hicieron los trámites pertinentes también a Interpol para localización de la persona en los Estados Unidos de América.
And guys, that was from the Truth Tellers page. They just put up that video, so shout out to Truth Teller for the clip from DelaRosa previously when they first announced the warrants and everything coming out for Shanquella. And also, everyone, I want to highlight again, there was the conversation about the $5,000, $10,000. So basically, after they brutalized Shanquella, they proceeded to start to scam Shanquella's mom and dad. So it was a $5,000 number thrown out, and also a $10,000 number thrown out. So I got some understanding. It's my understanding that they asked for $5,000 for medical care, and also they stole $10,000 cash. Because guys, remember, it was the $5,000 and the 10,000. We kept hearing the different number, but it's clarification. They tried to scam $5,000 from the parents, and they stole off Shanquella's person $10,000. And $10,000 divided by 6 is $1,666. So they did all of this with $1,600. And Chrissy said Chrissy, can you email me that? Because I didn't see any evidence of that anywhere. Yeah, there are a lot of charges here. And then there is accessory. Not only are everyone in the room can be a co-conspirator, but everyone who participated in the cover-up is accessory after the fact. And that too is felonious. Oh, and someone said, don't forget the villa refunded them the money, and Shanquella paid for the villa. So they were triple dipping for Shanquella. And I'm just glad I came across the Independent. That's where this article is from, where Shanquella's mom was talking to CBS News. And that's where I got the clarification with the $5,000 and the $10,000. So they stole $10,000 cash off of her. They took the money that was refunded for the villa, and they attempted to scam Shanquella's mom and dad out of $5,000. And someone is saying they had to be refunded, close to $5,000. And $5,000 divided by 6 people is $833. So again, these are not criminals who are trying to hit the Trump Towers. Literally $5,000 that the Cabo 6 tried to scam equal $833, which is not even their flight back from Cabo, Mexico to North Carolina. So they had no remorse, and they attempted to scam Shanquella and her mom, her dad, her family, every way possible. And when you think about them asking for the money, it's even more exploitive, because when people are in situations of grief, they will spend more money, because it's like your logical cognition is pretty much you clouded. You overwhelmed by grief. Shit. So them taking advantage of that vulnerable time to see it as a lick shows how shady and just felonious the Cabo 6 were. I will look forward to seeing them all in handcuffs, and that's serious. You don't get to come and delete. You don't get to go across to Mexico and delete your friend and just think y'all gonna come back and keep it cute, because you ain't gonna have no peace with Kourt Chronicles up on here running my mouth. You just not. You ain't gonna have no peace. You don't get to go across the seas to another country, attack your friend, and I put friend in quotes, while she's unclothed after she paid for y'all broke bandits to go on the trip. It's because I held back, but the truth is, these were some broke bandits and not good friends. Because if a friend offered for me to, pay for a trip, if a friend offered to pay for me and 5 other people on a trip, I would decline, because something that just wouldn't feel right. Like, well, just treat me to a dinner. But I'm not going to let you pay for everybody, because that feels like we're using you. And maybe because I'm a Leo, we're very, very compassionate and we don't like stuff like that. But I wouldn't have even accepted that offer. But these broke bandits went on a trip. Obviously, ain't have enough money because they had to shake down Shanquella's suitcase. And we got Roy the toy. The governor not doing anything. Bumbling and fumbling the case. So the governor of North Carolina was basically unaware of the case, disregarded the severity of the crime. This isn't, just someone, had a fatal, accident and lost their life. No, this was a brutal attack of your citizens. People from your state went to Mexico and showed their and this joke of a leader can't even give prayers. Roy the Toy needs to be called. I'm just going to say it. First week of 2023, I'm declaring who I got smoked with early. In Kourt Chronicles courtroom, Roy the Toy, I got smoked with him. I got smoked. These inadequate investigations for Black women getting deleted, no bueno. I like to travel way too much for things like this to happen. Like, no. Black women we not safe in America. We're not safe in Mexico. We need Roy the Toy to take some action. So everyone, please make sure you call. Make sure you send a letter to Roy the Toy tomorrow or next week when you get a chance. And let them know that we are not dealing with this. Someone said we play fair, but we do count money. Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, Leo's definitely. So we have feeble Roy the Toy, the governor of North Carolina, who has had his head under the sand, and it took him 60 days to respond. Because please understand, that statement in December was late. So he was the last one to the party. Roy pulled up to the club with his outfit, done paid to get his wristband, and as soon as he walked in the club, they turned on the lights. He was late to the party with no meaningful impact to the process. And what's even sadder is Roy the Toy has daughters. And I'm curious, would he want people to have the same energy for his daughters if they went across, overseas, over to Mexico? Not overseas, but over to Mexico, because we're still connected. And they are brutalized. Would it just be thoughts? Would it no prayers and just hope that the FBI can help? Unacceptable. Roy, you're going to have to answer. The weak, passive, they're going to let it slide. And we're not going to let it slip and slide under the rug. We are not. So, jury members, now that we are unpacking Roy the Toy's impact, it's my assessment that his feeble response is the reason Mexico is moving so slow, because they don't have any incentive or motivation. It's not like the US is like, hey, what happened to our citizens? We need some adjudication in the court of law. And they said, Chrissy said the FBI can take over. They've already taken over. The North Carolina Field's office has launched an investigation into the matter. And if I'm not mistaken, all of the fake friends were or are citizens of North Carolina. And I know Dejanay and Nazir were hiding up north with like a family member. So Roy the Toy has the jurisdictional scope to do something. And also we still have the fraud charges that are unchecked when they were trying to scam Shanquella's mom and dad. Thank you so much, Bright Minds. Y'all, please hit the like button so the video can go through the algorithm so we could get as many people as possible calling for Shanquella. And guys, while you're watching it, if you do it on the playback in the comments, please put Roy the Toy's contact information and a timestamp if you are doing seeing it in the comments, so we can keep applying pressure. Because the thing is, I absolutely love making content on YouTube, but I don't want to not do anything beyond that. I want to take action because I'm disturbed as a woman that likes to travel, likes to see the world. To see the lack of justice is disconcerting. And also what it says about the importance of Black women is very loud. And I refuse to accept that message, regardless of how many people get on TikTok and bash Black women. So we need to keep applying pressure with Roy the Toy this week. And next week we'll be over in DelaRosa's inbox and I'll have his contact information available. And guys, I thought I had it in my slideshow, but I guess I was working too fast. Because let me click through. I thought I had DelaRosa's information included also. Okay, with DelaRosa, we'll cover it in the next live, and I'll pin his contact information into the community tab. Oh, and I'll pin Roy the Toy for our call-a-thon. And under this video, guys, please let me know on this video, what was your experience when you called Roy the Toy's office? Were they receptive? Were they listeners? Did they give you any information on the timeline? Any information about the progress? Were they cold? Were they rude? Because if they're rude, we're gonna have to report them again, because we have to retrain American politicians and leaders, because they've got this relationship confused, but they work for us. So we got to retrain them if need be. So we're gonna start with blowing up Roy the Toy's phone. And I'm begging y'all, please take the time to write a letter, even if you type up just 2 lines, or if you just write it. Letters are very impactful. We need Roy the Toy, the governor, to be calling DelaRosa. What's going on? I have these fugitives in my state. How can I help facilitate? We need more action. Roy the Toy ain't even at a prayer. He can't even pray. We 60 days out, and the raggedy Roy the Toy mayor can't even offer a prayer. Trifling. And when I call tomorrow, I am going to ask about his statement and ask, are you an atheist? Are you anti-prayer? Because if you are a Christian man, that will almost be troublesome that you did not extend your prayer. Because, these politicians only be Christians for convenience. They don't follow the real word of God. So you got to be checking that too. So Roy the Toy, don't be playing with the Bible, sir. Like, either you is or you ain't. Like, what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Raggedy Roy will continue to get roasted from head to toe, top to bottom, unapologetically, because the beautiful thing about Court Chronicles is I'm not mainstream media. I'm just an attorney that happens to do YouTube to spread awareness, chop it up with the jury. But also, I'll say it with my chest, and I'm not afraid to be on people's ass, including political leaders who are in their job by way of nepotism and not talent, not intellectual aptitude, and not necessarily his IQ. But despite all of these shortcomings and failing miserable across the board in many areas, the one opportunity where Roy the Toy had an easy chance to show the world that he was a real man, he failed. Failed flat. Flat as his hair. Fell flat as those double negatives he was using. So when you call, please let Roy the Toy know. And when you write to him, you may want to include a picture or screenshot, since he's unaware of what happened, because he kept saying not knowing. And he started the sentence that way. That just irks me. Do not start a sentence with not. So he's not knowing what happened. So we have to educate the governor's office in North Carolina on what's going on, and then get a timeline trajectory of next steps. And I mean, I don't think it breaches any privacy to ask questions like, what's the general timeline for an investigation? I'm sure it doesn't have, no expiration date. I'm sure you guys have internal deadlines. I'm sure you have internal metrics. Like, what's the flow? They're trying to sweep it under the rug, and we're not going to let them. Please, y'all, put in the comment section, we will not let this get swept under the rug. We're applying pressure. I want y'all to please let me know what happened when you called so I can come back and read the comments. Let me know if they were, nice, receptive, respectful of constituents, or were they nasty? And do we have to do a live call on Court Chronicles to read the governor's office? Because y'all know I love a good old intellectual read. You know I love a good old intellectual read with a lot of shade. Hold on, let me throw in my shades when I say it. With a lot of shade. So, Roy, you could get the smoke. And it won't be no anger.
Winter, come on.
Oh, that's the video when they saw her in a hammock. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please hit the like button so we can push this through the algorithm. Justice for Shanquella. Right down there, we're applying pressure on a Friday. And it's people from all different time zones. Please write letters. Let them know that everyone all over, regardless of Roy the Toy playing under the Christmas tree, we are going to keep applying pressure. We are going to keep demanding justice. We are going to keep asking them to tell us what happened to Shanquella. Okay, let me see. Oh, that was the sound from the hammock. It was on top of the video. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you so much. So we going in. So we started 2023 off with Court Chronicles got the smoke for the governor of North Carolina, unapologetically. And Court Chronicles ain't soft in any way. She will say it with her chest. She will not back down. Roy the Toy, you are derelict in your duties. You are failing miserably and dropping the ball on this case. And it is unacceptable, insufficient, and inadequate. So we reject the mediocrity and we ask you to come to work in 2023 with excellence. Because Roy the Toy, if you're working with Black women, we're going to need you to bring your A game or you will get read like a Sunday paper. You need to do your job, Roy the Toy. Unacceptable. And, with the media, they think we're going to get lost in the sauce with whatever Kim Kardashian and Kanye's doing, and we'll forget. But we have the ability to have a multifactorial and multidimensional attention span, which means we can pay attention to multiple things at one time. But of critical importance, top of the year is 2023. Thank you, J1. And look, Jay already done won. See, we walking in winners. Boom. Yeah, we need to find out if there is even an investigation. I'm taking a stance that I don't believe it. I don't even believe it's one. Yeah, we are not forgetting and we won't forget it. I need that Gabby Petito, John Benet Ramsey energy for Shanquella, especially since we all saw the video. We all saw the cowardly Cabo 6 attacking her. We saw those closeted LGBTQ fake men in the room because there was no masculinity or testosterone running through those men who's egging on, girls to attack this one young lady. Unacceptable. Snake in the grass went and broke bread with the family subsequent to attacking Shanquella. And all of this has happened, and Roy the Toy is still stuck in his thoughts. Y'all, we got to be careful who we vote for, because these leaders be lacking across the board. I feel like I need to be a politician, but I'm a little too honest. I'm a little too honest. And also, you can't shame me because I spill my own tea. Yeah, Roy is an absolute abysmal disappointment. Roy the toy is not doing what he needs to do on the Shanquella's case. He's acting unaware, and he's basically being patronizing and condescending to everyone out there because he keeps leading with the not knowing what happened. So congratulations, Roy. Starting 2023, he has the unique honor of being the one person out of the 450 million Americans to not have a clue about this case. He somehow managed to just overlook trending national and international news. Exactly. We need that Idaho energy for Shanquella. And that's why I'm not even giving Idaho any of my energy. It's an important case, but I'm just trying to pour all this energy into Shanquella. Because this feels like when you call customer service and you have a problem between two companies and they'll say, well, I don't know. You got to call American Express. And you call American Express. They say, I don't know. Call T-Mobile. And they keep doing that game. That's what Roy the Toy feels like he's doing. Right. Sleepy Roy does not care. And we have a woman who lost her life. And it's in the string of criminality is so egregious because the years compounded when you start looking at femicide, you start looking at aggravated assault, kidnapping, torture, human rights violations, scam, international wire fraud, medical fraud, lying to officials. These charges begin to mount and look like life sentences. But these people continue to go about their life as if Shanquella didn't matter. Unacceptable. Yeah, we have to make sure we are calling Roy the Toy, sending emails also. And I'll try to put the email, if I can find one, in the community tab. But please make sure we are definitely reaching out to Roy the Toy to figure out what's going on. So, jury family, I am so grateful for y'all joining me in applying the pressure. Because sometimes you feel like, hey, like, am I going too hard on him? Am I browbeating him too much? Nah, never. Roy, you just got one lightweight spanking. That was an introductory spanking. The reason, of course, will be more rich vitriol. I'm not gonna hold back until Shanquella gets justice. You said, where is BLM and Al Sharpton? I know Al Sharpton is at the beauty parlor getting his relaxer reapplied. You said put it in the chat to write the Governor Roy. I'm putting it in the chat now, y'all. Turn off the music. I turned off the background music because it just sometimes the no copyright music be a hit or miss. So again, we have that tweet about 10,000. So now we got clarification that they were trying to take the 5,000 and the 10,000. So Roy the Toy, the wire crimes, calling people for a scam, that's a crime in North Carolina. Can someone rewind it back and put the address? Hold on, here it is. Let me put it up. Someone was asking for the address. and I put it up on the screen. And make sure y'all get your screenshots so that you can reach out to Governor Roy the Toy, and find out why he playing around on Shanquella's case. She said, where's the George Floyd and Breonna protesters? I don't know where they're at, but I know where I am. That's just the energy I'm taking into 2023. So, jury family, first court session of 2023, and we calling the governor, because we don't play. First court session of 2023, and we already making a mass attempt to contact the governor, Roy the Toy, and get it going on. So literally, the calls will be in. Excuse me, let me make myself smaller. The calls will be in. Welcome new members. Welcome day oneers. Welcome jury family. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you, moderators. Thank you so much. Thank everyone who's also been sending me emails. Guys, if you send me emails, please, if you send in a video, give me the screenshot, because y'all, it ain't nowhere possible to watch 1,000 YouTube videos, even if I tried. So please just give me a little bit of information and try to give me a timestamp or just a little more background so I can know what's going on. But jury family, this is all I have for Shanquella as we analyze Roy the Toy, bumbling and fumbling, dropping the ball on Shanquella's investigation. So here in Court Chronicles, we are going to help Roy the Toy with his investigation, because literally there are thousands of receipts on social media and Roy still don't know what happened. So jury family, please hit the like button and join me tomorrow in asking Roy the Toy over at the governor's mansion what's going on with Shanquella's case. And hold on, guys, because it's one more thing we have to do before we close out court. Ooh, I'm glad I was about to play fake friends, but I realized that it was something very important that we almost didn't do, jury family. Woo! Let me share this screen. Because just like Roy the Toy, everyone gets it. All right, we have Daniel DelaRosa on Twitter. That's right. Roy the Toy, I'm going to look for you on Twitter too. So he's wishing people a happy new year for 2023. We appreciate it. Now let's get to Shanquella. Look, I don't even know how to use, let me see. I got to figure out how to do a comment on Twitter. It looks like I'm. Is he? Oh, Daniel. It's DE. So tweeting, excuse me, I almost said tweeting Roy the Toy, but no, tweeting DelaRosa, since he's on Twitter and he's active. Okay, jury family. Woo! I am so glad. I was able to get that. So, jury family, I was able to tweet, not Elon Musk, but DelaRosa. And let me pull up his screen so you guys can see that. For anyone who wants to screenshot, and if you're watching it on the playback, please give us a timestamp for DelaRosa's Twitter. But if you are on the Twitterverse and you want to apply pressure in addition to calling Roy the toy, please send him a tweet so we could get some status updates on Shanquella's case. Because based on his Twitter, DelaRosa has been very busy and he's been making moves. He's been at different panels and taking care of business, but we need him to get his buns in the courtroom. Because I noticed the pictures I see of him are at meetings and panels, but he ain't in court. DelaRosa, you're a lawyer. I need you to get up in court, bruh. And we need you to prosecute this case and get 5 more warrants. So please, everyone, make sure you reach out to Prosecutor Daniel DelaRosa via Twitter. Be respectful, but also be firm. But he's there. He's active. He just tweeted on December 31st, 2022. So very, very recent that DelaRosa was active on Twitter. Hey, Emmy, welcome. Welcome. Thank you, Chrissy. Chrissy says she's tweeting DelaRosa, and also, in addition to tweeting Daniel DelaRosa in Mexico, jury family contact information to call and write a letter to Governor Roy the Toy, Roy Cooper, who said he doesn't know what's going on. He only got a few dangly, dusty thoughts dangling in his head about the case. He really is not quite at the point where he's full on praying, but he's trying to figure it out. He got his hands clasped. Welcome, Yemi. Happy New Year. So as we get more information to unpack it, and jury family, let me get you a little bit more for your screenshots for calling Roy the Toy to get you what you need. So that you'll be able to have your talking points, because they're going to say that they can't tell you anything. It's private. So just give pushback and say, I'm not asking about anything about the investigation substantively. I'm just asking, what is the usual timeline for investigations? So really, really just being firm and staying on that phone with them, like, well, when should I call back? Is there another agency I should reach out to that will have answers? And really trying to get to the bottom of everything. Let's see. And if anyone wants a screenshot of the death certificate, I'm putting it up on the screen. So if while you're calling, sometimes people get nervous when they're calling official places, and you may need just your talking point. So you'll be able to look and say, she passed away from atlas luxation, injury of the neck on this date. So get your screenshot of that too. So in case you get nervous while you call in the governor's office, you will have the death certificate to be able to regurgitate some of the facts and be smooth with it. Like, boom, 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 boom. Be smooth with it when you call in, like, boom. They're gonna be like, hold up. Are y'all the governor's office? So hopefully the call-a-thon will be one of the things that kind of shake Roy to say, we're not forgetting about the situation. We're not letting it slip under the rug, and we're going to apply pressure. And also we will reach out to DelaRosa since he Twitter fingers and find out, y'all, now I bet DelaRosa gonna be slow to tweet now because we really about to have fun to find out what's the status update of Shanquella's case and what's going on with the extra charges. Someone said even retired detectives came back to assist with the Idaho case. Right. And I don't know much about it, but no, I'm not even going to speculate because in my mind, it's pretty clear what happened. I'm like, I see what happened, but I won't say until I research a little bit more. But I'm like, it seems pretty obvious what happened to me. Someone said, where is Al Sharpton getting his perm done? Where is Biden sniffing up on kids, pretending to do something? Our leaders have become so comfortable in the short attention span of the public that they think we'll forget about things. You said we need Black leaders to show up. We need all leaders to show up. At this point, I'm not going to color code it at this point. You know me? I want all leaders to show up. I mean, we have the governor not even acknowledging that it was a brutal fight. And no one, we still don't know where Dejanay is. And in my opinion, with her temperament, like she's a danger. Because she doesn't have foresight or any common sense. She allows her anger to take control of her. And she just act like just a savage, her and all the team. So they are a danger to the public. They need to get up off these streets. And Winter needs to stay up off social media because all she's doing is doing confessions. So I don't even understand why DelaRosa isn't using the metadata from people like Winter, who's been active on social media. So please, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, make sure you tweet DelaRosa and make sure you call Roy the Toy so that we can figure out what happened in Cabo, Mexico. Like this is just, it's really, we're not getting any answers. Someone said that's your name, Malik. Now, Chrissy, now hold on, Chrissy. You remember Chrissy got a lot of tea. Chrissy, how you know they might be in Jamaica? Because now Dejanay, I don't believe she's in Jamaica. Because if the warrant is for her with her passport, having an active Interpol warrant, once she got ready to go through customs, it would be like a red flag. And it ain't no way Dejanay and who was it, Malik, but they broke ass in Jamaica when they couldn't even afford to go to Cabo. Because they had Miss Shanquella, the good sweet friend, paying for their broke antics. Yeah, America's really dropped the ball. And they really wanted to. They didn't want to pay attention to this case, but the response was so just so strong that it was difficult to ignore. But truth be told, that's just Black women. Like we're not to be messed with. Let me just, regardless of the propaganda that I repeatedly see on Twitter, I don't want to give it too much attention because apparently it seems like it's a theme to bash Black women. No, we're a big deal. And I'll go even bigger. Women are a big deal. But Black women are especially special. And to think the media to think that we will ignore or simply let this be a trending topic or something to talk about in our videos. No. We need answers. We need justice. Shanquella's family, they still have no answers. That's the worst thing in the world. To have someone taken away from you, no justice, no answers, and the possibility of seeing these people walking around town, oh, hell no. The U.S. can get involved. Accessory after the fact. Accessory after the fact. No one in the Cabo Six has made any effort to come forward and pretty much confess and come clean about everything that happened and just clear it up. They've never ever done that. Despite all the public pressure, despite all the backlash, no one's ever just walked in and was like, yo, let me just clear the air. Let me tell what happened from start to finish. Even if I might get in trouble, let me do the right thing. They haven't. In 2023, Black women will get proper justice. Excuse me, guys, I have to gloss my lips. Because you know, a girl gotta have glossy lips. Yeah, I don't think anything substantial has been done. the bulk of the work done on this case has been done by way of the social media investigative energy. And the mainstream media has basically interviewed poor Miss Robinson to exhaustion. I was one interview I saw where she just looked so tired. And it's like, why are you repeatedly interviewing this woman for clicks if you guys ain't doing a damn thing to really move this investigation further? So we are going to take action, guys. Please tweet DelaRosa. And please make sure we absolutely reach out to Raggedy Roy. Reach out to the governor's office tomorrow. Give him a little treat on Friday. Look, Roy might not even be at work. He, politicians only go to work, 7 days out the year? And I'm putting Roy's information back up also for everyone who's calling and writing letters. And please just roll it back if you want to tweet DelaRosa. And if you guys are tweeting DelaRosa, be firm, but be respectful. You could be spicy too now. I ain't saying you ain't got to be soft. Be yourself. But keep it respectful, because I feel like the message is more impactful when you are respectful. When you're confronting someone with like energy and smoke, but it's respectful and intelligent, like, yo, you're a derelict in your duties, and we need to understand why you're comfortable being derelict in your duties and you call yourself the governor. So, jury family, that's all I have for the Shanquella Robinson's case. We are looking at North Carolina bumbling and fumbling, pretty much being a United States of America embarrassment on the global scale, because the governor is acting like he has an inability to be a governor. He somehow doesn't have power. Very, very, very confused. So please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in applying the pressure. I'm personally blowing them up tomorrow, and I will be writing letters. I'll include the contact information for DelaRosa and also Governor Roy Cooper. And all of this information is public. It's not any private information. It's their official contact, so that we can reach out to them. And I think letters are impactful. Calls are good too, but I think letters are impactful. But then I worry, are they just throwing them in the trash can? So let's try a multi-dimensional approach where we light them up on the Twitterverse. We stay up on there, keep the pressure coming on Kourt Chronicles with the video so we'll know what's going on, calling and writing letters to let them know we ain't stopping. Y'all think we was just going to put that to sleep in 2022? Kourt Chronicles got rest over the break, honey. I got rest. So that means I got energy to have smoke for the governor and also the prosecutors in Mexico and any other person I need to ensure that justice is served for Shanquella. So, jury family, that is all I have as we start off 2023 deconstructing and analyzing where the United States officials are, basically them telling us that they aren't really communicating with Mexico because he just hopes everything will be cool. Governor Roy Cooper said, I hope it will all work out. So it doesn't appear that there is any active communication channel or conduit between Mexico's legal officials and the United States of America's legal officials. And also, per the last time I checked on Interpol, Dejanay's, or who we suspect to be Dejanay's warrant, still has not been posted. So we will continue to follow this. We will continue to do updates. I will continue to make sure we do our call-a-thon. Please, y'all, weigh in on this video. Let me know your experience. Did you either call? Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice because I've been fluffing my chops all week. But did you call or did you write a letter? And let me know how your experience was when you were writing or calling. Like, was it positive customer service or were they being dismissive? So we'll know how to handle that also. So shout out to the Kourt Chronicles family. Happy 2023, y'all. Let's go. I'm excited to keep bringing you updates on just various topics. If there's anything you want me to cover, just shoot me an email. It will be my dream to be a full-time content creator so I can do it every day. But at the moment, I'm not. I'm not able to do it every day, but I will try to consistently give you guys 1 or 2 videos per week, like I do, and also give you stories that the mainstream media is hiding. And guys, let me know if you guys want me to talk about Rob Kardashian overdosing and the Kardashians concealing that, and they're trying to blame Black China for Rob's, situation. But my theory is that, he was connected with Lamar Odom, and Lamar has issues with drugs, so it's a mess. But let me know if you guys even want to hear about that situation and what's going on with China, Rob, trying to blame Black China for his issues instead of just getting help. And let me know if there are any other issues that are trending that you guys want me to cover. And I definitely will make a list and just try to knock it out. And last but not least, I will continue to apply pressure, continue to follow up, continue to research for the Shanquella Robinson case. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with Live with the Jury with Kourt Chronicles. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all know how we end this when we are talking about these fake friends. It is 9:22 in LA. Let me know where you guys checking in from. Let me know. And I am pinning, Bright Minds pinned the number for Governor Roy. Thank you, Bright Minds. I'm pinning that. Thank you. I love y'all, jury family. Where y'all checking in from? Let me know where you're clocking out. It's 9:22 in Los Angeles, and court is adjourned. And we had a lot of objections. With Roy the Toy. That statement was riddled with objections, and we gonna air it out tomorrow when we call. Oh, someone said put my email on the screen. The screen is courtchronicles@gmail. I'm putting it up, jury family. I'm putting it up. All right, we got 12:22 in Canada, Charlotte, North Carolina. So we need that energy in Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte, you're gonna start us off in the morning with the calls because I'll probably be asleep by the time you start. We got Charlotte in the building. Bright Minds has reaffirmed that court has been adjourned. We had quite a few objections with mainstream trying to slipping on their pippin, but we'll get them information. You're welcome, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Inland Empire of Southern California. Now, where is Inland Empire? That sounds fancy. I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds like somewhere I want to live. Inland Empire. Woo! Justice for Shanquella. Thank you all for tuning in. I love you, jury family. Happy first session of 2023. Email me. Let me know if it's cases you guys want me to cover. I'll try to do as much as possible. Love you guys so much. I will continue to try to put out content. I know I've been covering so much with Shanquella, and I think that's fine because it's that important. So that's totally fine. But if there's anything else you think that we should cover, let me know. If there's any laws that you want Kourt Chronicles to put on the books, let me know. Thank y'all so much, jury family. I love y'all. And court is adjourned, and y'all know how we ended with a little fake love. Just wanted to come back one more time because I miss y'all so much, jury family, to do another Court is Adjourned. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Timestamp anything that you think is pertinent. Keep us posted with the call-a-thon and everything. Y'all, thank y'all so much for all the support. Thank you, mods, for everything. Court Chronicles checking out. Thank you so much as we continue to follow the Shanquella Robinson's case. Love you, jury family. Y'all have a great, great, great weekend.